Okay, so this is the deep dive into the Loomis Roll Extra V that I have that I did for episode 709. If you didn't watch it, click the link. Maybe I'll put it in the comments below, or I'll put it at the end here. We'll see. But maybe you came here from the link from that video to watch this video. So either way, watch them both. Really good. So we did. I haven't done a Loomis Roll in a long time. I showed it. That was a pretty long video. I haven't done a Loomis Roll since August 4th, 2024. Okay, so a long time. And I have a bag of them, maybe like 10 or 15 of them. So I said, let me do one. I haven't done one in a while. I saw it was a 2023 at the end, and I was like, oh, I wonder if the whole roll is 2023. I got these rolls from the bank in probably June or July of 2024. And I said, oh, let's do one for the channel. I haven't done one in so long, and that's not like me. I like to do a bankroll every couple weeks. And I said, oh, let's do a Loomis roll. And we ended up finding, in one roll, we found 8 2023s, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Okay. 8 out of the 50 pennies were 2023 Vs. Let me get a little closer. All right, so I'm not going to show you the whole penny. I'm just going to show you the extra V, and you can see it right there. I'm not going to point to it or anything because it's obvious. That's number 2. That's number 3. That's number 4. That's number 5 with a little, it's a hair with a little hair on it. That's 5. 6. 7. And 8. And if you notice, the extra V is very close to the VDB on all of these, right? Now, I found this one, and the V is much further away, and it does look like an extra V. Is it an extra V? I don't know. So I went on online to look, and this is what I found. Well, first of all, let me say this. I also researched whether so this is the part you have to understand, right? And if you know about numismatics, you know about how coins are made, you know that there's the working die, or the working hub, is what makes the coin. It's the final die in the progression of dies that makes the actual coin that you hold in your hand and that you use to buy stuff. That's the working die. There are hubs, dies prior to the final die that make that die. I don't know the exact reason for it. I guess it's so that they could make multiple dies, and you know what I mean, that they have to have a die to make the die. But I think there's even a die before the die that makes the working die. I think there's at least 2 prior to the working die. So the one before, right, the hub, or the only hub, whatever it is, the one before that makes the working die, that's where the error happens. Either there's an error on that hub that nobody notices, which is a big mistake, which is why the extra V is on so many 2023s. Or when there's a right, because they squeeze, and that's how they make the other dies, through a squeezing process, a pressing process. Or when it's pressed, there's a tilt, there's a pivot to the press, and that's where you get your double dies from, right? The movement of the previous die on the working die. Okay, so the question is, either there's only one die that has the extra V, right? Which my understanding from Eric from Kenai Collectibles, that's the Northeast. I don't know if it's Philadelphia, West Point, wherever, that had that die that made them, which is why they were so prevalent in this area, right? Pennsylvania, New York, upstate New York, wherever, Vermont, wherever, New Hampshire, this part of the country. But if there are other dies that have it, or multiple dies, then you won't know exactly which die it came from, right? If that hub made multiple dies that went in multiple places in the world, in the country, then you're not going to know which die made what. Okay. Now they might have it down to a science. I couldn't find that information. Eric might know. He'll leave the information down below. He's my longest standing member from Kenai Collectibles. Irregardless, there's, and I see that that looks like it could be an extra V, and it's not in the same place as the other V's. So I went on Reddit, and it said that somebody else found one. It looks like it's a little bit more of a distance away. You see, it's not as, it should be right around. It's a little further away. I don't know if it's as far away as the one that we have. But I mean, that definitely looks like the extra V, and it looks a little further away because if you look at where they usually are, you see it's very close to the D. His is further away. So the question is, are there, what happened? And is this an extra V? Let me look at it under, it sure does look like it, man. I don't know what that is. I've wiped it several times. It almost looks like, I'll be honest with you, like a letter or something like that. Like a Y. It looks more like a Y than a V. Super odd. So I just want to show that I found it. I found something different with those 8, and the fact that Loomis rolls from 20, you can still find all these extra V's. So another question I'm gonna get: how much is it worth? How much? That's like the next huge question, right? How much is it worth? So I went through the extra V's. How many we found? These are all in tremendous condition. If any, so let's look at what they're going for. I'm gonna go lowest first on eBay, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so lowest first. 2023 extra V variety lot of 6. According to him, he's got 6 here, so I'll watch that. This guy starts one out at $4.99, $5 free shipping. Oh, I didn't know the D came with the extra V. I don't know. This guy says, I didn't know. I have no idea if the D has the extra V, because D means Denver, and I thought that they were only in Philly or West Point. Anyway, okay, so I guess you can get them for 10. Oh, here's a D. Oh, so look at this. Oh, look how much closer this one is. If that now the question is that the extra V, or is this B? I don't know enough about it. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I think this is BS. He's got 23. I think this is BS. All right, let's keep going. This one has, all right, so let's go to where you could actually buy it. I don't know if there are, if we see a graded one as we go down, that's a D and it's graded and it says, 2023 D and it says extra V, then okay, that's how we're gonna know. 2 federal wrap. Oh, look at this. You could buy 2 of them for $10. I don't know if that's good or not. I'll watch it. All right, here's an extra V, $11.25. It's got a bid. All right, these are all $10. Now, see, this guy wants $15 for one roll. And they're not Loomis rolls. That's the problem I have with these. It doesn't say Loomis. I don't know if I want anything else besides I'm kind of spoiled with the Loomis array. Maybe it is a Loomis. I don't know. All right, $15. $15. Here's the D. I have to see the D personally in a graded. So we're gonna get to graded ones now. So they're about $15, $20. That's an extra V. Now that looks like a good extra V. And $30. That's my understanding. They're about $30. Okay. For a nice example of an extra V is about 25, 30, $35. Okay. Plenty of extra V's out there. All right. Let's get back down. I had it on 60. I don't want to keep changing the pages. All right. Now we're on 30. Let's see how long it takes us to find. Yeah, some people want $45 from. All right, here's our first 65. Oh, it's with bids. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I wouldn't bid on it because I got my own extra V's. I don't have to bid on it. All right, where's the next graded one? Also with bids. I want to see. Let's. All right. Let me keep going. All right, buy it now. Extra V on shoulder, $75. MS66. I don't know if you're gonna get better. I mean, oh, and it's got watches. This is gonna sell 123 for $75, free shipping. On shoulder, on shoulder. There it goes. All right, so it's a P. Let's keep going. $75, $75. 66, $80. And that's ANAC. A lot of people don't like ANAC. PCGS 65, 85, right? The other one was ANASC for 60, 66. But you see that here, the 65, they're asking for more than the 66 because people like it better. Okay. Extra V 64. I don't know what this is. I don't know what. Oh, this is PCGS. Okay, they have a special design. Yeah. That's that. ANACS. Yeah. 66 red, 17 watches. A lot of people, I don't know. I'm okay with them. I mean, if the price is close and you like NGC, look, the NGC 65 is 120. So go with the grading company you like, whichever one you think is best. Pay the extra money, man. Pay the extra money. So 65s are like, 65, 66 are between 80 and $130. Let's look for our first. We haven't seen a 67 yet. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for our first 67. I guarantee it, but so it's already at least 200. Here goes our first 67 ICG, which I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. We're looking for that 67 from one of those other grading companies. Probably going to be ANACS. Look, which is so many errors. Yeah, see the quality control. Look at all. They put it backwards. They did it upside down. They have see the issues with some grading companies. That's why people don't want to deal with them, man. 66 again. We're looking for a 67. ICG 67. 60. We're still on 65s. We're looking for a 67. 66, 66, 67. ANACS $350 for a 67. Watch what the NGC or NGC it's going to go for at 67. $400. We haven't found here. First 67 PCGS $400. They say 450. They probably want $400 for a 67. So I guess that's the order, right? ANACS, PCGS, and then NGC is probably the king. Here goes NGC $500. If you think that I have the order wrong, let me know in the comments below. But that's my understanding that NGC is like the one people want more than PCGS. Here we go, 67, $550. And forget about 68 is probably $1,000. They don't even have them. They don't even have them. So you're talking about $500 if it's a 67. And the question is, what do I got here? Right. So as you noticed, I didn't see any Denvers for any of the graded coins. So I think that's all a lie and BS. So that would have had to have meant that there were different, that hub went to different working dies and different mints. And I don't think that's how it works, because I just don't think because the hub makes the working die, and the mint mark is on the hub already. So that would have to be a totally different hub than the one that has the extra V. So that doesn't make sense. That's why I didn't think that was the case. Anyway, and as far as this one goes, I have no idea. I will put it in a what's that called? In a sleeve, and say it looks like a Y and it's further away and a question mark, and if it's something weird, who knows? If you know what it is, let me know. Like, if you've seen this before, the further away V or Y or whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is what makes penny roll hunting fun and interesting and valuable. Okay, so they're going for $30 raw, starting at $75 for 64s, going up to $500 for 67s. I bet you a 68 is probably 2 or 3. I mean, it jumps up once you find those rare conditions, they can jump up exponentially. So it could be $500 for a 67. It could be $5,000 for a 68. And then for a 69, it could be 10, 20,000. And then a 70, forget it, could be a $500,000 penny if there's none of them out at zero population. So we have these 8. These will all a 9 with this. They will all go in flips. I got them out of a Loomis roll. I had no idea they were all 2023s. Watched the video, was pretty good, I thought. I talked about some other random stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.